phone from the previous speaker, bloke from down in down in Frankston, Victoria. So I'm Simon, and my co-presenter Jennifer there. Basically, we did. Well, we are in the middle of running a study on the implementation of a checklist for assisted vaginal birth, specifically Forceps. Now, so I'm one of the ONG residents. I've been there for a couple of years, but I came. Just to give a background, I was involved in aviation, professional aviation for 18 years with the Air Force, and then 4 years in an airline, and I was quite involved in sort of safety and all that sort of stuff. So, and what we've sort of identified, not necessarily ourselves, but it's been noted that there is a significant ongoing issue with third and fourth degree perineal tears following assisted deliveries, specifically. They tend to be much more with forceps than with vaginal. And our hospital is no worse than anywhere else, but it's still a sort of it's one of those problems that has an ongoing and significant morbidity involved with it, and definitely one of those things that hospitals are finding more and more irritating as they're getting sued more and more over. So what we decided to do is try and have a look at it and see what we can do to address the human factors aspects. And this is a very easy sort of thing to carry across to aviation. This is one of those things where there's definitely an issue. And we want to try and at least get rid of the human factors, and then just accept the fact that there's going to be a baseline that we can't better. But if at some point we can do what we can. So the way that we decided to do that is we made up a checklist, and we used a whole number of sources. Obviously, we spoke to a lot of people about it. Also used something called the Advanced Life Support in Obstetrics, the also course, which is extremely good for that. And I've had some experience of putting these checklists together, so we put that together. Initially, one of the problems that we ran into very quickly is the fact that in a lot of obstetrical scenarios, the midwives, we have hundreds of midwives, 148 odd midwives. And the reason we have so many of them is a lot of them work 1 or 2 days a month sometimes. So trying to get training into this was extremely difficult. So what we did is obviously involve the midwife educators, who are extremely on side, as you can imagine with this, and I had them involved with the generation of the checklist. We got some training around as much as we could of that, and one of the things that we did is my unit, the forceps themselves are in boxes, sterile boxes, and they're kept in the store. So we actually printed out the checklist and attached it to the boxes, because what happens is that when the midwife goes off from the birthing suite to pick it up, then and I can say she because all our midwives are women, but she can read it as she comes back. So refreshes it in the mind, and then I've had a sort of big discussion with all the operators, the doctors that do it, to understand how we can feed it in. But still, in the time, one of the other problems is, of course, that we don't do that many forceps. Princeton Health does about 3,500 births a year, so it's big, but not that big. And we're probably only doing a forceps every second day, maybe, or third. So I couldn't be there for all of them. But those that I did observe, I noted that it wasn't really working. It still wasn't working with it. So what we did eventually, Jenna and I, is we made a video, a 4-minute video, which was sort of simulated all the stuff, and we put that out, and it's actually available on YouTube. You can imagine it took months in order to get us to be able to do that, but we were able to do it, and that has definitely caught on. For a start, everybody, it's all staff that are in there. My boss is pretending to be a paediatrician there, but he obviously had to be involved. But it certainly hasn't gone viral, but it's definitely increased the level of interest by the midwives, and they've gone and had a look at it. And what we've done is, I've sort of highlighted each of the specific steps that's lifted off so we can have some sort of idea as to where it is going to be involved, and that is definitely starting to make some sort of impact. The problem about it is, of course, this has been a very, very slow birth. There's no doubt about it. And excuse the pun. And so what we've done, in order to try and get some sort of checklist of how things are, is we broke down the previous year, 2015, into monthly and 3-monthly slots, and we worked out exactly how many forceps we have and the instance of severe perineal tears during that. And all I can say is, and then what we've done is we started recording them. This implementation started on the 1st of January of this year, but it's very, very slow to get it, and there's absolutely no doubt about it at all that although we've got figures up to the end of March, then statistically there's been no sort of change at all at the moment. I have no doubt it's because the penetration's been saying that, I think that this is definitely not someone to run. And I think that we're going to sort of keep going. But the lawyers at Ministry of Health are definitely on side, as is the boss and such like. And I think that we're going to have some sort of success with it, but we need to try it for a little bit longer.